Welcome to the 2025 carpet vacuum reviews. We have 7 vacuums in the lineup and we're gonna test all of them for you guys. So one thing I want to start off with saying about a carpet vacuum is that I really don't order anything that doesn't have 4 stars and up reviews on Amazon. I really like to trust the consumer and then I like to test them out for myself. Sometimes those reviews, I'm like, I'll try the vacuum and I cannot believe it has so many good reviews, and sometimes I am actually blown away. So every vacuum that we've lined up here has good reviews, but we're just trying to test them for you guys so you can see how good they actually work when they're picking up certain types of debris off of the carpet, and like with your own eyes, and I can test them for you so you don't have to spend your money and get pissed off. All of these vacuums are upright canister vacuums, okay? So none of them have bags. We're trying to compare the same category of vacuum against each other because I know I'm gonna get comments that say, why don't you do a canister vacuum? Why don't you do this? We're trying to keep everything so that they're comparable. That's number 1. Number 2, most of these vacuums have a bare floor setting and a carpet setting and like different height settings for pile. But when I call it a carpet vacuum, it's because it has a beater bar around the bottom of it and it's powered, okay? So lots of vacuum heads don't have a beater bar, and you really need that beater bar to dig down into the carpet and get the deep down dirt. If it's just a vacuum without this brush roll on the bottom of it, it's not gonna dig that up for you. So if you're looking for a canister vacuum that's going to work on hard floors and on carpets, we're doing reviews for those too, just wait. So you can technically use these on a hard floor. They have a hard floor setting, or bare, this one says bare floor setting. The thing is that when you're using this big of a vacuum with this beater board, it just kind of like spits everything everywhere. And that's just why I prefer a stick vacuum or a cordless vacuum for hard floors. I do know that like lots of people don't want to have 2 vacuums, but maybe you're in the market for a bagged canister vacuum if you want the beater bar and then the hard floor attachment. So that is why I am here, to hold your hand and help you purchase the best vacuum for your home. We have the Eureka PowerSpeed. I just want to list off all of the bells and whistles each vacuum has. So this one has a beater bar for the floor, then we have height adjustment, and it has a bare floor setting. Then we have, and the power cord is 25 feet long, but it is not retractable. I like a retractable cord on a vacuum, just makes it much easier to store. Then we have a canister, pretty decent size, it's not the biggest. For filters, we have a filter in the front right here, and then we also have a foam filter in the dust cup. Okay, so a removable filter here. So those are stacked, so there's 2 there. But they aren't carbon, this is not a carbon filter. Now, for attachments, we have an upholstery attachment, a synthetic brush attachment, and a crevice tool attachment. So I can remove this hose and then this thing lifts off. Sometimes on other vacuums the whole entire canister lifts off, but this lifts off. And then you can use this will be easy be helpful for when we're doing furniture and stairs. So all of the storage for the attachments is actually on the vacuum, which is helpful. And this vacuum, it says it weighs 10 pounds for this Eureka Speed. Is that what it's called? PowerSpeed. But it just it looks like a toy. Feels a little clunky junky, but we'll see how it is. We have a Dyson up next, which is the Dyson Ball Animal 3. So this is like the newer version of the carpet vacuum for Dyson. I've used this version with the yellow ball at at people's houses. This is brand new, obviously. I do really love my Dyson cordless V-Detect 15. It has like laser beams on it, so we'll see how this is. But this is the first time we've ever brought a Dyson carpet vacuum into the carpet testing. Starting at the bottom, we have here carpet height adjustment, so it's just a manual switch here. We also have hair removal vanes. This helps to stop from the hair getting tangled. We have this maneuvering ball thingy. Canister. The cord is 50 feet long. That's a long cord, you guys, okay? The canister is removable. This is how we empty it. So we have whole machine filtration, which Dyson probably has some sort of patent on that. It just surprises me that it doesn't have a carbon filter or a HEPA filter, but it is what it is. And that's washable. It even says right here, it has a little faucet on it, but you can, to rinse it, make sure it's dry before you put it back. You're gonna wreck your fancy ass Dyson. So this little trapdoor thingy is gonna help where things get stuck if you're vacuuming up with Lego and stuff. Now these are the attachments that it came with. All the attachments store right on the vacuum. This vacuum is pretty heavy. It weighs 17 pounds, okay? But I like a little bit of weight in a vacuum because, especially with a carpet vacuum, because it gives it weight so that you can get suction on the floor. These are my attachments. So this is an upholstery attachment. Then we've got this thingamajig, so crevice tool, and then you can just put that on there and make it work like that. This is a vacuum that's meant for larger homes, and with Dyson, they do really focus on allergens and getting pet dander and stuff out of your home. This is how we get the wand off. It took me a little bit of time to figure this out. That's the thing, you have to kind of learn how to use a Dyson if you're not, well, I do use Dysons on a regular basis and I still have to learn every time. So this magical wand comes up like this, and this is really long. It stretches out. You can attach it like this, and then, you know, Mary Poppins your way through town. The nice thing about this is that this vacuum is heavy, so you can, look at, it's hard to drag. Like, it's not gonna tip over. That's what I mean by that. I always bring a Bissell into the mix, okay, you guys, because they're just really good vacuums, and they value for dollar, they last a really long time. We use these at work all the time, like in a commercial capacity. We can use them for over a year before they blow up, which is like 5 to 6 years, 10 years in a real vacuum's life, okay? We run them all day long. This is the Bissell CleanView Swivel Rewind Pet, okay? It is purple in Canada, it's blue in America. They have different colors for different countries. I'll link them all for you. Don't stress about it, okay? Please don't stress about it. Don't send me a message saying that's not the right vacuum. They are comparable, they just have different names, different trademarks in different countries. That's all it is. All of the links are in the description for all of these vacuums that I'm going to be reviewing. We have a triple action brush, and then we have these little beautiful little, I call them foot feelers, that is not the technical term, but they're little brushes that help with edge-to-edge cleaning up against baseboards. You know how you get like pet hair stuck in the crack? This really helps get it up so you don't have to get down with the crevice tool. You still sometimes have to get down with the crevice tool, it just helps. It's helpful when you're doing a quick vacuum. We have height adjustment here, so we have bare floor, and then we can get all the way down, high pile. Cord rewind. Only 2 of these vacuums have cord rewind, or just 1. Only 1 of these vacuums has cord rewind? Oh my God, okay. The cord on this is 27 feet. And then this, we have a big canister. The fill line isn't very high. I'll just tell you, I can fill it up to here, but don't do that and wreck it. This is how you empty it, easy peasy. This thing comes out so you can rinse it. Now we're gonna get to the filter, which is right here, which we have a foam filter, and then this looks like a carbon filter to me. Yes, this is a carbon filter. And the fun thing about this is that you can take these out and wash them, okay? When it's a foam or a carbon filter. Again, super easy to put together. We have not a lot of attachments. I'm surprised this doesn't have, oh, it does right here. So we have the Turbo Pet Eraser. This is wind suction, which means the air moves through here and moves this little tiny brush roller. I really do prefer when they have an electrical connection so that you're using like power to suck up off of upholstery and carpets, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, man. This vacuum is cheap too, you guys. Okay, and then we have a couple of extender poles and a crevice tool. And if you want to stand up and vacuum things, you can. See how heavy. This vacuum's pretty heavy too. I'm gonna say it's at least 15 pounds. Now we have the Hoover MaxLife Elite Swivel Vacuum. Okay, it's a mouthful, but it's giving some Bissell vibes. We have, starting at the bottom, we have a deep cleaning brush. It has edge-to-edge cleaning, that's in the manual. And then we have high, medium, low, and hard floor setting. Then we have a canister here. Oh, we have a HEPA filter. We have a canister, easy to remove, easy to dump out. Does this come out? I don't like when it doesn't come out because they're hard to clean, but we'll see. It might come out this way. Oh, ta-da! You just have to get inquisitive and be curious about your vacuum. You want to get to know it. It's like having a new car. Okay? Filter is not there. It is actually in here. And it says, clean the filter every 3 to 6 months. Oh my God. These people have never had a German Shepherd, obviously. Okay, whatever. Clean your vacuum more than 3 to 6 months. That's why it doesn't work, is because you don't clean the filters. Our cord is 30 feet long. It actually has this really cool brush. I like this. I just like it. Because it's like a soft brush. It's not a hard bristle, so it'll be nice for surfaces and stuff. So we have the wand. We have a crevice tool. All the storage is on the back of the vacuum, which is nice. And then this is going to attach to the tube. Interesting. Now does this go into here? Wow, that makes it longer. Okay, hold on. And this weighs 16 pounds, this vacuum. This is small, this Kenmore vacuum, but I know the people that live in apartments are going to like it, okay? It is called the Kenmore FeatherLite LiftUp vacuum. And You know what it looks, FeatherLite, it's like a feather tail. It's Adarna, the gold dragon.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The fourth wing people will get it. Okay, all right. Okay. We have a brush roller here, and it's not a very big like cover for the base, so we're gonna have to do more passes. But again, I said this is a good vacuum for somebody who lives in an apartment, maybe a senior citizen. It weighs 12.4 pounds. The cord length is 25 feet. We do not have a retractable cord. I just can't believe how many of these vacuums don't have retractable cords. It has here is our dust cup release or canister release. Here's this beautiful foam filter. We have a HEPA filter here too. Kenmore's usually always have a HEPA filter. And look at that. We have the dust cup release, and then you just easily empty it like this. Yeah, and then we can pull this out here to clean it off. I'm just not pulling it out right now. It's small, so it doesn't have a very big capacity. Like, just this vacuum is much more compact. You're gonna notice when I have it up against the other vacuums. We have a hard floor and carpet, just 2 switches. So the height adjustment isn't down here on the beater bar. It's just 2 options. So we have hard floor or carpet. That's it. Then we have an upholstery attachment, another upholstery attachment with a crevice tool. I really don't like when they do this, but I understand the concept behind doing it. So it just makes it easier to store and you don't have a bunch of parts to lose. This is the crevice tool. This little Kenmore vacuum also has lift away, which is nice if you're cleaning, if you're vacuuming stairs so you don't have to drag the vacuum around, or if you're doing your couch or anything like that. The lift away is really nice. I think only one of the other vacuums has it. Now we have the Dirt Devil Endura Lite, which people who work here already are pitying this vacuum because they know it's gonna get roasted. So it is what it is. It's a small, tiny, affordable vacuum. There are not many bells and whistles. It has auto adjusting height. So it's going to sense with all of its sensors here how to get closer to the vacuum or get closer to the carpet. Now with the canister, it has a pleated foam filter. So this blue filter thingy in here, we can get to it. Filter F43. That's a Kleenex.
What is that?
This is part of the filter.
Looks like a pocket square.
I know, right? Okay, now I put this back. This thing comes out, this is the pleated foam filter. And then to get to the, so we can wash the dust cup and the filter. It all comes apart here. Like maybe for your kid's college dorm. It does say it's listed and it says great for seniors, but I shouldn't be making judgments on these vacuums yet. I have to use them first, but I usually can go on my gut instinct on which ones I'm gonna like or not.
Putting it on backwards. I was gonna say this is not right.
Line up the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom black thing. There you go.
It's still backwards, babe. Okay, yes. Twist.
And holy shit.
It just fell apart.
I can do it.
Ooh. Bottom first. Take out the black thing. Put in the black thing after, through the bottom. There you go. Yeah.
To line up. There. There. Okay.
There she goes.
Nope. Okay. It should not have been that hard. This is like literally a children's toy. It should not. Like it just that's a me. This is a me problem probably. Okay, maybe. Here's the hose. Who put this screw in?
It wouldn't go in.
It's good enough, I guess. Here's the attachments. We have a brush attachment. We have a crevice tool. Yeah, this doesn't come out. This doesn't come out. So we're just gonna use this hose. Here's how you attach it. We don't have like a longer extension, but again, price point. We're gonna test it. You never know. I have been surprised before when I unbox a vacuum and then I'm surprised at the suction because even though it feels like a hunk of junk. It weighs 9 pounds and the cord length is 20 feet. Now we have the Shark Navigator Lift Away Professional Vacuum. So I actually bought this vacuum like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. We needed a new vacuum for work and I sprung on this one. It was a little bit more money, but had really good reviews. And I liked the word professional in the title. That totally sold me because I'm a professional cleaner. Okay. It works really, really good, you guys. It has a HEPA filter. We have on the bottom here for the brush roll, we have a bare floor, like a bare floor adjustment or brush roll on. That's it. Those are the two things. We don't have like height adjust, like a whole bunch of different height settings. HEPA filter, I already said that. The canister pops off like this to clean it. We've been using it, but we haven't been using it for that long, okay? So it's still, I just really want to bring it in here because I like this vacuum. So we have a felt filter and a foam filter. So the cord is 25 feet and it's 13.7 pounds. At first when I opened up this vacuum, I thought it doesn't have a very like wide bar, like surface area to cover, but it works really good, you guys. This part, but then if you're doing stairs and stuff, we can walk around and do it like this, which is very helpful for doing couches, stairs, whatever. And we do have attachments for this. It has an upholstery attachment and a brush attachment, but I forgot them at home. We've made our tracks. This house has a cat and a dog that live at it, and I want to just do a regular initial pass on this pretty dirty carpet. Then we're gonna sprinkle in our own little concoctions to test them. So I just want to clean up the tracks that we're doing and then keep going from there. First off, we're going to go with the Dyson. I'm going to put on the lowest setting. This is kind of a Berber carpet, but it's not like, it's still, does it get vacuum lines? We're going to have to see. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on and then you have to hit the brush roll button. Really gripping the carpet. Oh, this way too. Try and change the height setting. Oh yeah, that makes it a little bit easier, but I like when it grips the carpet like that. It makes me happy. First impression, a lot of power, especially on the lowest setting, but you can change the height setting if you don't have the strength to push it, but it worked pretty good, and it got, there's not a lot of hair in here. I've got a lot of hair on my pants, but there's a little bit of, actually there's some tufts of hair, look at this, and some dirt at the bottom for just a couple of passes, not too shabby. Now for the Kenmore. So we only have two settings here. You can turn on the brush roller. Pretty good. Doesn't feel like compared to the Dyson. Around a little bit here. So just from this initial pass, we have quite a bit of dust and dirt in here, and then it's got like some carpet fibers and dust stuck down there. Actually, I think I got up quite a bit of dirt. Now we have the Hoover, and I'm going to Hoover the carpet. So we've got some dust and a little bit of balled up pet hair. We actually cleaned this house like about 3 weeks ago, and we gave the carpets a really good vacuum. So I was kind of thinking like it's not gonna get that much dust up, but we're getting dust up. So now for the Bissell. Oh. Now for the Dirt Devil. Okay. Eureka. I'm gonna put on low carpet setting and so light. Sharp. Oh, I love the sound of this vacuum. It's such a high-pitched squeak, you know? Look how clean my carpet is here. But then look at this is like where we haven't vacuumed. Now for the fun part, we're going to add in my scientific testing. These are just things that we vacuum up all the time at work. So we're gonna do crackers, and I just am going to, 2 crackers on each line. And we wanna see how the vacuums pick this stuff up because we want some bigger pieces of stuff, not just small stuff. The scientific term for this would be a controlled variable. This is blue sand from the dollar store. I hope this gets picked up because this isn't my house. That shows up really good. The reason we chose the colored sand is so that you could actually see it. We use this for the other vacuum videos. And it's really been a good investment for $2. This is human hair. It's from my halo hair extensions back in my bar star days. We want some longer hair. We're gonna add pet hair too, but we like longer hair just to see how the brush rolls do. And each of these lanes is gonna have the same amount of stuff and the same type of stuff. And our local dog groomer hooks us up with spare dog hair. So this is some I don't even know, poodle hair. It looks like poodle hair to me. And we've got prickly hair mixed in here, like golden retriever hair, all different types, okay? Popcorn, we always vacuum this up in people's couches and just on the floor. This is Colonel's popcorn. I'm not being bougie, it's just left over from Christmas, and it is today, February 13th, so it's rock hard. I don't even know if it's gonna crumble, ow. And one of the most requested things you guys asked me to check is kitty litter, which is a good one because cats go to the litter box and then they walk out of the bathroom or whatever and they walk on your carpet and they drag it everywhere. So you want to see if it picks it up. But one thing to note here is just you need to be a little bit realistic with what your vacuum is going to pick up. Someone will be like, my vacuum won't work in my garage. And it's well, your vacuum isn't really made to vacuum up rocks, right? Like big rocks. Obviously, our pine needles or anything outside leaves, that's for a shop vac. And my last substance here is a mix of quinoa and rolled oats. Just stuff you would vacuum up. I don't know. It just seemed like a good one to add. Oh, it has such good grip. Do 4 passes for all of them. Dyson dust canister. We're gonna dump them all, very uniform. I want you guys to be able to see the brush roll, if it's tangled or not. First try. Oops. That is pretty dang good. This is the brush roll. Remember I told you this Dyson has the teeth thing at the back to detangle any hair that gets wrapped around there, and none of the hair did. Like, look at, that's the human hair. Now we have the Kenmore. Let's empty the little dust cup. It's actually gonna be nice that we're doing this all side by side because we can see which ones didn't pick up as much. We have the human hair here. Some of the human hair was in the canister, but a lot of it is wrapped around the brush. This is the Hoover. Ooh, I almost missed the, look at that. This Hoover got a lot of stuff. I'm impressed actually. Here is, we have a little bit of hair, but not a lot. Just a little bit around this little piece. Now for the Bissell. Now, oh, I wanted to reach my paw up there.
Your paw.
Okay, that got a lot. Let's see how I can see that it has a little bit of the human hair on the brush roll there. So yeah, we got, this is the triple action brush. So sometimes Bissell has the tangle-free brush roll, so this one doesn't have it. Now for the Dirt Devil. Definitely made a tornado in there. Yeah, it actually like, look at it, sort of chopped up some of the crackers and stuff. It doesn't, is it the same amount as everywhere else? It got a lot of it, you guys.
None of the big stuff.
Yeah. It really just didn't get the popcorn. That's what it's missing. Actually, that's not that bad, considering, oh, it's kind of in the cracks here, the hair. The Eureka. It actually doesn't feel like there's a lot of stuff in this, but it's just because it's so dang light. Okay. Let's see what this baby has under the trunk, under the hood. Tangled. And now for the shark. Oh yeah, you gotta go. So it is hard, a little bit hard to empty. We've got quite a bit of hair tangled. Not a lot, but it's still there. And then some of it, you can see human, the long blonde hair is the human hair. Look at that, it's a work of art. Okay, that was really fun. So here are my thigh needs and how I'm going to rank them. So shockingly, the Dirt Devil came in dead last, or I would almost say, unless you want to buy this as a toy vacuum for your kids to like play with, that's what I would do. I would not buy it for anything else. Or we could just eliminate it. I just think if you're gonna buy your kid a toy vacuum, this thing is like so lightweight, it's cheaper than that toy like Dyson replica knockoff thing, and this actually works. They could definitely push around, they might as well help you a little bit. And in sixth place, we have this blue Eureka PowerSpeed. Like, it picked up stuff, it's just so junky, you guys. Save your money. For number 5, I'm gonna go with the Hoover. This vacuum, like, it picked up everything. It did pretty good, but it had some hair tangled around the brush roll. It just feels a little bit junky, and I think the Kenmore needs to get number 4 because it has a HEPA filter and it has lift off. Like, it just has a little bit more bells and whistles, and it did a really good job picking stuff up. So that's my number 5 and my number 4. I'm gonna put the shark at number 3, which I did not think was gonna happen. I actually thought I was gonna put it at definitely number 2 or 1 because I've been loving this vacuum, using it at people's houses that have a lot of pets. There's a lot of pet hair. It's really picked up a lot of stuff. But then up against the Bissell and the Dyson, just not as good as them. So shark's gonna be number 3, especially it is a pretty high price point, that shark, okay? So originally I was gonna tie these, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because it's value for money. Like, this is a much cheaper vacuum. It's doing just as good of a job as the Dyson is. The Dyson definitely has like a lot of suction on the ground, but this one has a rewindable cord or a retractable cord. Like, it's beating it in certain ways, but they're both doing the same amount of work, and neither of them left anything behind. They both have good filtration systems. They're both canister vacuums. Like, I'm just gonna put the Dyson at number 2 and the Bissell at number 1. And it's mainly because I know that this is a very good vacuum and it's just cheaper and it's doing just as good a job as the $500 one. Okay, that was really, really fun. I love testing new vacuums. It's one of my favorite things to do. So the next round that we're gonna test is canister vacuums with like a carpet attachment and a hard floor attachment. So whatever ones you want me to test, put it in the comments.